Hola amigos, estamos en Espacio Marcial en el capítulo número 16 ya, nuevamente con Juan de Ciudad Chile, mi amigo, con un contacto muy especial porque estamos desde Cebú, desde las Filipinas, a 12 horas de diferencia, con un gran maestro, como no es el maestro Nick Elizar, a quien le enviamos las gracias. Thank you, Guru, for your time.
Bueno, una gran entrevista y esperamos poder aprender un poco más sobre el estilo Balintawak y que sea nuevamente una muy buena entrevista. Thank you, Guru, for your time, for accepting this interview. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. I'm happy also to meet you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
La primera pregunta para Guru es que él tiene un estilo que se llama Nickel Stick, que es su organización. Pregúntale, Juan, si se diferencia de las otras personas que enseñan en Balintawak.
The first question is, you have your own organization that's Nickel Stick. Is that different to the rest of the people that does Balintawak?
No. My teaching now in World Nickel Stick Eskrima Balintawak is very the same to the teaching method employed by our late Grandmaster Ansyung Bakon, the founder, my trainer, Attorney Jose Biliasen, the late Attorney Jose Biliasen, and Attorney Capitulo. Very similar. Although in my nickel stick, I put only some flavor to distinguish my word nickel stick escrima.
Dice que es el mismo sistema que viene desde los fundadores. Sin embargo, él le pone un poco de su propio sabor dentro de cómo enseña el sistema.
Okay. Oh.
So, could you please tell us a little bit of the story, the history of Balintawak, when it was founded, a little bit, just so people can know about the style?
Yeah. The Balintawak Eskrima was established and founded by our late great Grandmaster Pinancio Ansyung Bakon way back in the year 1952. And the characteristic of this Balintawak Eskrima is more on cruise fighting. This is more on cruise fighting and mastering the single stick style of Eskrima. Yeah, because in our Eskrima, in our style, this is not only by striking, but this is a combination of the batting, the puño, using the puño, the punching, and the close range, the kicking, the kneeing, and headbutting, and mostly to apply the headlocking or the combat judo. That is the characteristic of our style in Balintawak.
Okay. Dice que se fundó en 1952 y la particularidad que tiene es que es un estilo de rango corto, distancia corta, y que usa solo un bastón, a diferencia de otros estilos, que usan los golpes, patadas, cabezazos también mencionó, y me parece que mencionó algo de judo también.
Sí, lo arriba.
Sí.
La otra pregunta que yo quería hacerle al Guru, ¿tiene alguna organización que él lo represente a él acá en Latinoamérica?
Do you have any representatives for Balintawak here in South America?
In America?
Yes.
Yes, a lot. I can refer you to my body there, Grandmaster Bobby Tabuada of the Quintada Balintawak style. He is now residing in America. He's already American citizens because he's living there for more than 30 years. He is now in North Carolina.
Okay.
I was there last 2018 when I was invited by him as a guest instructor in his camp, the World Cup.
Ok, dice que en América está Bobby Toda, que lleva más de 30 años en Estados Unidos y que está en el norte de Carolina del Norte, y que él está encargado de América.
Ah, ok, pero en Latinoamérica no sabe si hay algún estilo.
No, aparentemente no.
Ya.
No hay, habría que hablar directamente con. Okay, so could you please tell us a little bit of your story? How do you started on the stick fighting? How did you learn? Was Balintawak your first style? Do you do more styles? What can you tell us about you and your story on the stick fighting?
Yeah. Okay. So, when I was during my childhood, at the age of 13, you know, I like more on physical fitness. So I started my martial arts training in boxing. Then after 2 years training in boxing, because my mother would not allow me to fight in amateur boxing in our school, so he will not sign a waiver. So I was not able to fight in the ring and in our school. So 1 year after, and around 1966, the karate was introduced to the Philippines. So because, you know, the Filipinos much more like the imported martial arts, so we train in karate. At first, I was trained in Japanese karate. Then later, I trained with the taekwondo, a Korean style.
Okay, please let me translate until that point, then you continue, please. Le pregunté cómo se había iniciado las artes marciales y en particular en la esgrima, y dice que partió a los 13 años con boxeo, pero como su mamá no lo dejó pelear en campeonatos amateur, después en el 66, cuando el karate fue introducido a Filipinas, comenzó a entrenar karate y luego pasó al taekwondo.
Okay.
So when did you get to the Filipino martial arts?
Okay. Correction, please. It's not taekwondo. It's taekwondo. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now, then in early 1970s, I met my friend Bobby Tabuada, and he invited me one of his training session in Balintawak Eskrima. When I joined in Balintawak, our first club there is Balintawak International Self-Defense Club, headed by the late Grandmaster Attorney Jose Villasin as the president, and the late Chufilo Vélez, Grandmaster Chufilo Vélez as the vice president. That is the first school that I joined in Balintawak Eskrima.
Okay. So, bueno, después llegó a Balintawak gracias a Bobby Toda, que lo llevó en los 70, y ahí pudo comenzar en la primera escuela que había de Balintawak. ¿Vas tú, Alejandro? Yo? Okay, so when you started in Balintawak, was it more fighting oriented than what Eskrima or Kali is today? Was it more, how was the training back then?
Okay, so before, the training employed by our old master is so brutal, because some of them doesn't know how to control. It was just now that we have to control our training, but because Balintawak Eskrima is more on, they are mastering all the foul blows, you know, and not like other Eskrima that are mastering for the for sports. Balintawak, it's the type of Balintawak Eskrima is more on street fighting style. So there's no, that's why there is no competition of the pure Balintawak Eskrima, because this is for street fighting, and we are mastering the foul application.
So back then, do you have many fights like with other schools? Was rivalry with other schools? You have many fights?
No,
No?
that is what hey, hello.
Yeah.
That is what we learned from our master, that most of our rival group is to separate.
Yeah.
But that is what they told us. Before, maybe before when I was not yet with the Balintawak Eskrima group, there are some fights. But when I joined, there is no, sometimes maybe there is 3 or 4, but not fight. It's just like friendly sparring. It's like that. But because if we will apply the ruling, or we fight, we join and sparring, but it's freestyle, no rules. We cannot follow the rules, and they will not follow our rules. There's no rule, so it's open. Yeah, that's why. It's too brutal. That's why. Only we can distinguish that you are a good fighter in Balintawak Eskrima once you can meet a fight on the street. In real fight, just like that.
Bueno, le pregunté cómo era el entrenamiento antiguamente cuando él recién comenzó, y dijo que el entrenamiento en esa época era brutal, que no se medían como se miden hoy en día, no había ese cuidado, sino que era realmente aplicado y muy brutal, que hacían harto sparring, y que para ser un real peleador en Balintawak tienes que poder desenvolverte bien en una pelea callejera.
Le dijiste que se habían peleado entre escuelas, dijo que no.
Sí, pero me parece que pensó si eran entre la misma escuela, pero dijo que su escuela rival era 12 pares. Que 12 pares era la escuela rival.
El gurú que le quiero preguntar, muchos sistemas de cal, esgrima o barniz que no son muy amigos en este caso del tema del desarme, y como su sistema es corto y son súper rápidos, tiene mucho desarme el Balintawak, por lo que yo he visto también en videos de él. ¿Cómo usted le ve?
So Balintawak system is very quick, very fast, and short distance. So do you use a lot of disarm of the other opponent stick?
Of course. That is our specialty. Disarming, the close range, we have the batting, and the locking. That is our specialty.
Sí, dice que efectivamente esa es su especialidad, el desarmar, usando enganches y también usando la parte posterior del bastón.
El caso del puño. Ya, Juan.
Sí. So, what's your right now? What's your I don't have the word. What's your how do you see the art of Balintawak today? How do you think it has evolved? How do you think it is today, Balintawak art?
Yeah, the Balintawak Eskrima is almost all around the world now.
Yes.
Because that is what we promised to our late grandmaster and masters, that we will continue promoting and propagating this art, if possible, throughout the world. Now, in my part, in the part of Bobby, in my part also, because I able to develop my nickel stick Balintawak Eskrima in different countries in Europe, like France, Germany, and North and South. I was in Greece. I was in Poland. I was in Russia. I was in America. Yes. So we almost develop the word, the Balintawak throughout the world, through also the helps of some of my comrades to develop, because that is our promise to the late Grandmaster. And besides that, we keep on improving the teaching of the Balintawak, so that we can develop this to other people. No, we avoid harming the students. That's why we have already we improvise the curriculum, the curriculum teaching, the lesson. That's why you know, because you know, it's very different here in the Philippines and in America and in your countries, because once you can make damage to the student, you will be punishable. That's why we are very careful of that. But here in the Philippines, not so much.
Yes, yeah, I see that. Bueno, le pregunté cómo veía él el Balintawak hoy en día y dice que está muy bien que se ha expandido por todo el mundo. Menciona que él ha estado en Estados Unidos, en Francia, en Alemania, en Polonia, en Grecia, en Rusia, y que eso fue lo que los grandes maestros les encargaron como misión, poder llevar el Balintawak a muchos lugares del mundo. Y menciona también que hoy en día se entrena más suave, con más cuidado, que hay más, se ha desarrollado también más el currículum, porque hay que ser más cuidadoso, sobre todo en países en donde si tú dañas al alumno va a tener una consecuencia legal, te pueden demandar, y no tanto así en Filipinas, pero en el resto del mundo sí. Entonces también han adaptado el currículum para poder facilitar esa expansión.
Ok. Dile que, pregúntale que cómo es la implementación para cuando ellos hacen sparring. ¿Es con casco y guantes, como se hace habitualmente, o cómo lo hacen?
Okay, so do you on your training with your students, do they do sparring? And if you do sparring, do you use any special gear like gloves or helmet, or you just do normal sparring? How do you do that?
Okay, in our training with our students, we used to use what we call the palakaw. That is training the student. The first is to teach them the basic, then and to develop the reflexes before teaching them before teaching them the techniques. So we have the what we call palakaw. You can see, maybe if you can open some of our YouTube, or some even in my word nicklistic in Messenger, you can see there in my page the way we teach our students. Maybe some most of the foreigners people like the way we teach, because they are coming to the Philippines just to train with us. So well, before this is now what the way of teaching. Before you can receive some pens, you have to learn first the basic. That's why we will ask them, are you ready to fill the pen?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I will ask them, okay, are you ready to fill the pen? Oh, it's okay. But in our hitting, even though we do not have headgear or gloves, but we have more, as before you become instructor, you must know how to control. And the important there is avoid hitting the head. It's like that. If you want to hit the head, you just hit on the shoulder, then the body and the legs, no? But mostly you have to observe how to control. In my part, I'm not giving authority to any of my students who become a instructor, which is do not know how to control his teaching, because it's very dangerous also.
Yes.
That's why. Okay.
Dice que lo primero que aprende es a moverse en la B y a tener los reflejos para poder después iniciar lo que sería más similar a un sparring, una vez que también le preguntan a la persona si está listo para recibir el dolor. De todas maneras, no usan protecciones, sin embargo, las personas que hacen sparring tienen que tener el control necesario para hacerlo. No se golpean en la cabeza, si es que quieren emular un golpe a la cabeza lo hacen al hombro, y el resto del cuerpo se golpean. De todas maneras, ninguno de sus instructores, o sea, él no hace instructor a nadie que no tenga control de lo que está haciendo, y se espera control de la gente que hace sparring para que no lesionen a los compañeros.
Ah, ok. Bien. Bueno.
So, do you use as a weapon, you only use stick, or you use knife or other weapons?
Okay. We have, in our style, we are specializing the stick. So many people is asking me, why you are not using like what they call the other group, espada y daga, the short and the long. Okay. So I'm telling them, we are not teaching our students, we are not encouraging them to bring a knife, because here in our country, it's punishable by law if you will if you bringing bleeded weapon. But in the style of espada y daga, we have our lesson in group 5, which is punching application while the stick in a fighting motion. So while fleeing the stick, hitting each other and blocking, then we are applying the punching anywhere. So it's punching application while stick in fighting motion. So in reality, if our left hand is will equip with knife instead of punching, thrusting anywhere, it's like that. It's just the same with the espada y daga. So, and we have also more counter, like when I box you, I hit you, we have to block and to evade the punching. It's just like also when you apply thrust to our body while striking me, it's very easy for us, because we are learning how to evade the left hand or the other hand, which bringing the punches or knife. It's like that.
Yes. Le pregunté si usaban armas aparte del bastón, y dice que no, que principalmente enseñan bastón porque en Filipinas está penado por ley portar armas de filo. Por lo tanto, prefieren enfocarse en el bastón. Sobre la gente que le pregunta a veces, y entonces, ¿cómo lo hace con la parte de espada y daga? Y referente a eso, dice que usan el bastón y golpean con la mano. Porque a la hora de traspasarlo al uso de cuchillo, es básicamente, él señala que es lo mismo. O sea, en vez de golpear, usas el cuchillo y apuñalas, y los bloqueos son lo mismo, solo que tiene el cuchillo en la mano. Entonces, en realidad, igual aprenden a usar el cuchillo, sin embargo, ellos como escuela no aconsejan ni incitan a nadie a portar un cuchillo por el tema legal en Filipinas.
Juan, en caso de que, por ejemplo, estuviera en combate o uno de sus alumnos y lo desarmaran y quedara sin el arma, ellos tienen la transición, por ejemplo, del concepto del arma, como lo dijo, del bastón, en este caso, si en caso de que tuviera cuchillo, a una transición del bastón a mano vacía, como boxeo filipino para el tucán, por ejemplo.
Sí. So, do you have, in case of losing the stick, do you have empty hands? Do you use empty hands?
Yes, because stick is only the extension of your arm. Without the stick, your arm is your arm. Okay.
Yes.
So that's why we are using punching, elbowing, like the combat judo, and foot sweeping and kicking. That's why instead we don't have a stick. So because we fight though like this. First, the fight start always at the long range, right? So we have the long range fighting techniques until we can close each other, until we will, just for example, we will be disarmed. So for the close range, we are using our arm. So applying the punching, the kumba or the kumba judo is like that. So normally that is included in our curriculum, in our lesson. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sí, tienen el uso de mano vacía. Él señala que el bastón es solamente una extensión del brazo, por lo tanto, en el caso de no tenerlo, van a usar el brazo, usan puño y usan codo. Señala que el combate empieza en un rango largo, pero al cortar el rango, el uso es básicamente el mismo. En vez de usar el bastón, golpean.
Okay.
Y también usan las técnicas de combat judo.
Okay.
So, do you see Balintawak going to sport, or you like it traditional?
I don't understand. What do you mean? To turn the Balintawak fighting in the sport?
Yeah. Do you see, because some Eskrima styles have gone to being like a sport. They have championships and they put protection and they have like a competition. Like, do you see Balintawak having a sport part, or you like it to keep it traditional?
We always like traditional because the Balintawak Eskrima, the type of Balintawak Eskrima fighting is for the foul blows application. So it's very brutal. So if we will turn that to sports, it's no longer a Balintawak style, because Balintawak style is for street fighting style, not for sport. That's why sometimes when I do a demonstration, when I demonstrate them the disarming lesson, some of the foreigners will ask me, "Do you think you can disarm my stick, Grandmaster? Because I'm more bigger and stronger than you." Okay. So that is in front of the people. I go, "We'll try." So what you mentioned, just disarm my stick. Oh, when I strike you, then you block and disarm. Okay. So after he do that to me in front of the audience, it was when I block, before I disarm him, I hit him first. I apply him batting to his knuckle or to his hand. So that is our batting and disarming application. So when I apply batting, before he was hit, he give away his stick and told me, "That's foul." That's why I told him yes, because this is not for tournament. This is for so this is what we call the street fighting style. So we have to the combination of batting and disarming. Once you will be hit with my batting, that normally I can disarm you. But I know, as what I will tell you, in every figure, there's always a counter. And every counter is always the counter. So that's why when you learn this style of Eskrima, always go up like that. Because there's always a counter. Even in holding counter technique, it's there.
Le pregunté si él pensaba que Balintawak podría transicionar a deporte o tener una faceta deportiva. Dice que no, que le gusta que sea tradicional y que se va a mantener tradicional, porque si lo hace deportivo ya no sería Balintawak. Cuenta la historia de que estaba haciendo una demostración y vino una persona que era más grande y más fuerte y le dice, maestro, ¿usted cree que puede desarmarme? Y él le dijo, bueno, probemos. Entonces, cuando lo ataca, lo bloqueó y le golpeó la mano con el puño del bastón y le quitó el palo. Y la otra persona le dice, pero eso es un foul, eso no se hace. Y él dice, bueno, Balintawak sí, Balintawak es un estilo para la calle y esto sí se hace. Por lo tanto, no lo transformaría en deporte porque perdería la esencia de lo que es el arte.
Okay.